Hey there viewers, Eric O here, Self-Made Auto. Got another little project today. Probably a lot of you remember the '04 Toyota Rav4 that was in a long time ago, or it seems like a long time ago. Had the coolant leak, and I just mentioned in the thermostat video I did yesterday there on that North Star that the kit that I've been waiting for to fix the stripped out head bolts has finally showed up. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous about it because I've already got everything cleaned up because the thing's been sitting here forever. And the head's done, head's ready to go on, all the parts are cleaned, everything's ready to go together. All we've got to do is drill out these holes, put in these thread inserts, and hopefully all goes well. Otherwise, all my time and money invested into it is a big fat waste. Sounds like one of those reality shows. You should have some like dramatic music. If this goes wrong, you'll lose millions of dollars. But you know, one of those movie stars doing that. You get the point. Anyhow, here's the kit I got. It's made by Time-Sert. Now I've used their products before. I've got another kit that I've used that they make for Honda oil pans, and that worked really well. It's definitely, of course I've done my share of drilling and tapping and helicoiling, but these are quite a bit nicer. And it comes in a pretty sweet box, but it was also $438. So they are kind of spendy, but it's got a sweet box. So let me show you what comes in this thing. So here's the kit. It comes with a nice piece of foam. No, just kidding. So you got the instructions it comes with. They seem to be pretty clear. I kind of poked through those. It has the actual insert, so this is actually what we're going to be inserting is these steel inserts here. It comes with a little bit of driver oil. I think that is used to expand these inserts once they're installed. Comes with a short, medium, and long bolts. It must be like a 14 millimeter bolt, same as the threads there on the head bolts. Comes with a highly precise measuring device. This is the insert driver for expanding the inserts. A Sharpie. I'm drawing a little mustache. Comes with a tap, and then their special drill. It's like a counter drill. So pretty cool stuff. Man, I don't want to screw this up. You know how it is. Let's see what else. This is our little guide that's going to bolt to the top of the block, and then there is this. Once we bolt this to the top of the block, this alignment bushing here is going to go in the hole. We line it up with this pin. These bolt holes are going to line up with other head bolt holes there on the block, and we're going to bolt this down. Then essentially use this as our guide. We're going to take and use the drill and drill it, tap it, put the insert in, and then expand the insert, and then move on to the next hole. That's the, and here's the other two bolts. So like I said, it comes with shorts, mediums, and longs, because this is a universal kit, supposedly. Yeah, I guess, that's the long and short of it. They probably have a website. Yep, they do, right there. Let that focus for a second, but yeah, Time-Sert.com. This is the part number, the one I got, this part number 2200. Oh, did I say 14 millimeter? It says M11. I thought they were bigger than that. I'm gonna have to look. What do we got here? Oh, yep, they are 11 millimeter. Ah, my bad. 11, 14. I was way off. I don't know why I thought they were 14. Well, let's. I guess we'll go over there. I've got the car ready, or I've got the Toyota already. She sits right there. So let's go over there and have a look, see where we're at. So I took and put some packing tape. Of course, the block's clean, the pistons are cleaned. Everything essentially is ready to go back together. Timing cover is all cleaned off and all that stuff. And like I said, the head's all back from the machine shop, all the oil pan, everything's just been kind of sitting in limbo here. So I pulled out the dowel pin that was here in this back corner because it's my intention to do these rear holes. Now these three are stripped. When I pulled the head, I took the valve cover off and all this other crap. It's quite a job, really. A lot more than I thought it was going to be. So I got it all off, and these three head bolts were just sitting loose. I didn't even have to put a wrench on them to take them out. And the other ones were so freaking tight. They were the tightest head bolts I've ever taken off. They take like a 10 millimeter Allen socket, and I put it in there, and I have I don't know, it's a 3 or 4 foot breaker bar and 1/2 inch drive, and I was giving it all she wrote, and I couldn't get them to budge. So I ended up getting a piece of pipe and figured it's gonna go or gonna blow. And I bet they must have turned, the actual bolt must have twisted probably 180 degrees before it finally, made that very distinct snap sound when they cracked loose. So yeah, what a joke. I mean, they were super, super tight. Every single one of them, except for the ones obviously that were stripped out, were just crazy tight. Anyhow, I don't even know what I was getting at with that. But it's my intention to do just the back 5. If they turn out good, well, I guess we'll make a decision from there. From what I read, these back 3 are the ones that are notorious for stripping, and I guess my only concern at this point is this one right here that takes the dowel pin, just like this one. I don't know if I'm going to lose that step for the dowel pin, and if I do, what do I do? So I guess if we get to that point, then we'll do something. We'll call somebody. That's what we always do. But I don't know. I'm sure they have that all figured out. This is not the first rodeo for this company. But yeah, everything is all taped up, so we're not going to get any crap down in our cylinders. The timing cover, I've got a plastic baggie. Move the camera over there so you can see it, hopefully. Whoa! So over here on the timing cover, I took some clear tape right off the head, and I just got a actual seat cover just kind of hanging off there off the side, so keep any kind of junk from going down in the timing cover area. That's all cleaned up. All the holes have been cleaned out and blown out and all that business. So here we are with step 1, and it says that we have to prepare our tools, and we got to measure the thread depth essentially. And it says you're going to be marking the core drill for the correct countersink depth of the insert flange. Use the metal ruler, which is provided, to measure from the top of the block down until it touches the first thread. You will use this measurement to mark the core drill. See example A. So what we're going to be doing is measuring from the top of the block and finding the first thread. Now there was a note on here, I think when I read it before, that there is a possibility right here. Some engines can have 2 different depths of holes. Check measurements for each hole to ensure accurate depths and set the tool accordingly. So I think what we're going to do is just go through, I guess we'll start here on the end, see if we can feel the threads first of all. Yeah, it feels pretty distinct. We'll see what we have for a measurement. That one's 3 inches right on the money. You might better just check the rest of them. That one's 3 inches. That one's 3 inches. Same thing there. Yep, so all the back holes are exactly the same. Feels like the top of the head or the top of the threads are sitting right there at that 3 inch mark. So, okay, let's see what's next. So step B wants us to mark the core drill. So what it says, it wants us to take our initial reading, our 3 inches, wants us to add another 25 millimeters to it, because that is the depth or the thickness of our guide. Okay, and it wants us to add that and then mark the drill starting from the countersink cutting edge up to the top of the bushing. So 3 inches plus 25 millimeters ends up being 101 millimeters. So I've got my caliper already set up for that. So I'm going to take and just measure it from the countersink cutting edge up to this here, and it actually has some writing on it, so I'm just going to use some of that writing as a reference to make my mark. So it looks like the number 1 right there in the part number. Alright, so I'm going to make a mark on this with a Sharpie. And then we'll double check it. Yep, so there it is. There's 101 millimeters. There's my mark. So that was pretty easy. Okay, then it tells us in step C, place a core drill, tap and driver level on the table so that all tools are aligned equal at the bottom. Use your mark from the core drill and mark tap and driver across with ink marker included. So, sounds pretty easy. We got to get our tap and our driver. Wants us to get everything lined up. Level them up and mark them. Well, it's going to be pretty much right at the top of these. Oops. Okay. Got them leveled up. Okay, so everything is marked as per instruction C. Now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. It tells us we are on step 1. The fixture plate. Place the largest hole in the drill fixture over the hole to be repaired. Here's our drill fixture. This is our largest hole. Let's see. Place the drill bushing in the fixture. There's this little guy right here. Then place a line pin inside the drill bushing to pick up hole. So that's this. We're going to stick that in there. Do not force pin into hole. Use bolt and tighten to secure fixture in place. Remove line pin. Okay, back to the vehicle. I guess we're right here. We can probably grab us a wrench. It's going to fit these little guys. So, oops, probably not American. Oh, way off. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go. Whoop. Probably should have some dramatic music. Sweat dripping down my face. Oh. Alright, so we're going to put the big hole over the hole we want to repair. Okay. Put our alignment pin in there. Flip that over because I don't know if you just saw that or not. So I have the alignment. I want to do this hole over here, and if I line that up like that with this dowel pin still in there, it's not going to work. So I simply flipped it over. Now it lines up without having to remove that dowel pin, because they came out hard. This one here that I took out the other side, that sucker came out hard. I had to clean it up a little bit with the file. Okay, so that's lined up. Now we got to use a couple bolts out of the kit. I don't know which ones it's not the medium width ones. I'm gonna have to use the longer ones. There we go. It only comes with 2 bolts, so I guess that's all we need. That hole's one of the ones that's frigged up, so maybe this bolt's frigged up. because it doesn't want to start. Let's see. That's a good one. Oh, that hole's a little goofy. That hole's screwed up. Alright. Alright, I had to answer that phone. Let's see. So anyhow, just fiddled with these and they did start. But that one back hole is one of the screwed up holes, so. Let's see. I guess we'll make sure that alignment pin is good and then we'll snug these up. Okay, take that pin out. Good enough. Let's see what's next. Okay, step 2 is to drill and use WD-40 when drilling. It says use a suitable 1/2-inch drill motor and drill the hole until your mark on the core drill lines up with the top of the drill bushing. This will require removing the drill and bushing several times to clear chips. Clean out all chips. Watch carefully that the core drill is going straight. This is very important. If drill bushing turns while drilling hole, remove drill bushing, clean out all chips. We recommend using a long air nozzle, 6 inches or longer, to blow out all chips. Well, that sounds pretty easy. We've got our drill. Where's our little guide? I already took care of it. This is our guide. So we're going to slip that up on there. We're going to drill down the hole till our line marks, our line marks up, till our mark lines up, and then we're going to be good. Well, it shouldn't be a problem drilling straight, I wouldn't think, because it kind of, with that pilot on there, kind of self-starts quite a ways. So we shouldn't get too cattywampus there. I guess you ought to be careful with, you wouldn't want to chip the edge off that counter drill. So I'm gonna slide that baby up on there first. Yeah, baby, I think we got it. I'll probably have to move this crapper out of the way. I don't think. Let me get my drill. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tight with the power steering hose there. I don't know what holds this thing on. It's only got one other bolt holding it on. I think we should probably do that so it's not putting any pressure over pushing on our drill. Alright, well, anyhow, I got a lady out there. I gotta go fix a tire and pull a tire off. So I'm gonna go fix the tire, then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna drill this. Alright, well, I got that tire all fixed, so we're back. Joy's working by herself. You get to answer the phone, and well, Vanessa usually answers the phone, but you know, when people stop in, they got flat tire and stuff, you gotta take care of it. But anyhow, we'll see if we can get this reservoir off here. Okay, there we go. That'll hopefully give us the room that we need now. I'm gonna drill. Yeah, we should be in good shape for the shape we're in. I don't know if any of you guys ever done these or not. You have to let me know if you have. If you have, you're probably home laughing at me right now. Haha, look at that sucker. I don't know why the guy wants to fix this thing. It looks to me, when I pulled the head off it, that it is, looks like it's burning oil. And obviously it was leaking antifreeze. And I mean, it's an 04, yeah, it's a 2004 Rav4. I mean, I don't know, not a real hot rod. I mean, it's all-wheel drive. Looks like it needs tires. This guy's a farmer who owns it, and I mean, he's got nice, I'm gonna use the word nice and Chevy in the same sentence, but he's got nice, you know, nice big Chevy trucks. But he says he likes beating around the farm with this thing and, you know, going to get parts and all that stuff, but I don't know. I mean, this is gonna be an expensive fix. I mean, this kit was mad money, and then, you know, your typical head job is a lot of money. So, there's the phone again. But, yeah, let me grab a hose, we'll get this thing hogged out. Alright, I am back for real this time. And I just went and locked the front door, because now it's after 5. Because I think since I started this, I've had to fix the tire and talk on the phone, and customers are coming to pick up their cars. Alright, I know only seconds have passed for you, but so it says to drill it out. We moved the power steering, I think that's where we left off. Gonna keep our drill straight. Got her hooked up and tight. It says use WD-40, so we'll give her a little shot of the old snake oil. Cross your fingers, baby. We gotta go to the, so that's a lot of drilling. We got to drill all the way up. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. We got to drill all the way up to that line there. Yeah, clean out the chips. Get a blow nozzle. I was kind of pussyfooting it there at the start. That wasn't working real well. Instead, to give her the beans, baby. Let's keep ramming her out. WD-40. Oops. Blow her out again. You know, the aluminum fills up that hole pretty quick. So that's probably going to be the method. All the way across. Oh, great. Let me go get that. You know, it must be like you know, like the law of gravity, Newton's law, all those different laws. It must be some kind of law, auto mechanics. Whenever you drop something, it's always going to fall to the dead center of the car. Or it'll fall someplace where you never find it. That's the way it always seems to work. Okay. Here we go again. We're almost there. Make sure I'm not hitting on that power steering. No, we're good. Well, I think once we get up past you know, past the flutes, it's going to be kind of slow drilling because it's going to plug up pretty quick. That was smart. I went and got another hose, so I'm going to keep switching these things. What a mess. Well, that taped everything off. Jeez. A lot of WD-40 in that hole still, so we're going to keep going. I'll be coming out of the oil pan here pretty soon. Like Old Faithful. All right, I think it's the last little bit. That was our mark. Well, that was our mark. I guess the only caution I would say is the old, any kind of snake oil you're going to use is if you start touching your mark, that thing's going to disappear on you. And that's a lot of shavings. I think aluminum's at 51 cents a pound for scrap. I should have caught it all. I'm just kidding about that, by the way. Well, that's all cleaned out. Let's see what the next step is. Well, our next step is there's aluminum everywhere. Step 3 is the tap. Use WD-40 when tapping. We recommend using a tap wrench when tapping. Well, I'm here to tell you that you are not going to get your stereotypical tap wrench over in this area because you'll probably hit that harness. I may be wrong. We'll look and see. Let's see. Tap through the drill bushing until your mark on the tap lines up with the top of the drill bushing. This will require moving the tap and bushing several times to clear the chips. Clean away all chips using brake or contact cleaner that will not leave an oily residue. The hole must be clean and dry. Use a flashlight to inspect the hole for chips and cleanliness. Do not force the tap to the line. If the tap comes within 1/8 of an inch or 3 millimeters, there will be enough tapped threads to accept the insert. Okay. I have a tap wrench. But like I say, let me zoom in here. It looks like this harness doesn't look like any of this is going to cooperate with us. So if we use a tap wrench and we're centered on the hole, and frankly we've got to bury this thing all the way up to that mark. So we're pretty much going to be almost flush with the plate here. Our problem is going to be, this harness is going to be in our way. Using a standard tap wrench, I think we're going to be fighting it all the time. So I've got some, I've actually got some tap sockets. I don't think I have one this large, but I do have some square sockets. So I'm going to grab one of those, and we're going to use a ratchet. Okay, so this is what I think we're going to do. Use just a regular short handle ratchet. I've got a, what size is this? A 3/8 square drive. So we're going to stick that on there. And we'll grab some electrical tape. Find the end of it. We'll tape it right to the socket. Of course, I got WD-40 all over everything here. This will keep us from dropping it. We don't want to drop this little guy. It's the only one we have. We're going to be taking it out to clean it off and all that business, so. Okay, got it taped on there with the old Scotch Super 33. It's good tape. The only thing better is Scotch Super 66, in my opinion. And then, yep, so that starts, basically what we're tapping is all the way down into the, where that counter bore was. See, it's after 5, we're still getting calls. Oh, it's the wife. Yeah. What's up, buddy? I won't, but I'm working on a car right now, okay? All right. I'll see you after I get home, okay? All right. Okay. Love you. Bye. It's my boys calling me to remind me to bring home some cardboard. They want an indoor BB gun target. Oh, their mom's gonna love it. So I'm going to use, instead of using WD-4, I got some actual cutting oil here. So I'm going to use the cutting oil. Yeah, yes. Hello. I'm going to bring home the boxes. Don't you worry, okay? All right. Love you. Bye. Okay. All right, so we got the cutting oil on there. I'll line that up in the hole. We're gonna get the guide lined up. Let me zoom you in there. And then we're gonna tap this out. You're kidding me. This is like a comedy show now. Yes, hello? Hello? Oh, hey Trinity, what's up? Okay, I'll see you when I get home. Okay, love you. Okay, I'll see you when I get home. All right, bye. Bye. That was Trinity. Okay, we're back. Maybe I should just stop recording, I don't know. Okay, so we're tapping away. So that's kind of what it's like during the normal day. People just calling, you know, I mean, it's a business. I'm not complaining about it. Sometimes it's tough, you know, when you're trying to do a job and getting 1,000 phone calls and flat tires and all that stuff. Well, we've gone quite a ways. I'm gonna pull it out and clean the chips out. It's actually tapping really easy. Put a little bit more tap oil on there. I've had this tap oil since like 2005. When I got this building, it didn't have any gas ran into it, no natural gas or anything, so I had to put, well, the gas company came and put in a meter, but I had to run all the black pipe, you know, for the gas, and it's way over in the other building, and I ran all the piping on the outside of the building, and of course all the pipe you buy, you have to thread it yourself. So that's what I got that tap oil from. Okay, here we go. All right, we're to our mark. Take our tap back out. It said to clean out the hole with some brake parts cleaner, so we'll do that. And get some of that. You know what, let me get a rag, man. This is a pretty messy job, I guess. I would say. Maybe all the brake parts cleaner doesn't eat away my packing tape. A lot of chips flushing up out of there. I'll tell you one thing, I had to, you know, where all the holes are, I had to cut out with a razor blade, take that packing tape off there. Man, that stuff is super sticky. So that ought to be a real treat to clean off. Make sure it's oil free. Okay. So it says to inspect the hole, make sure the chips and stuff are out of there, and they are. I don't see any chips in there, and it looks clean. And what I see when I look in there is you can see where it was drilled, like from the factory. That appears to be like, you know, another 1/4 inch or so below where we drilled. So evidently they drill them deep from the factory, but you know, the factory head bolts, I've actually got one. Here's one of the factory head bolts. Well, they only utilize like that much of the thread, so it's just a little bit. It seems to be a pretty puny head bolt. So I don't know why these fail. Maybe somebody knows. But you know, I guess it's enough of a problem where a lot of people commented about it on the internet, and so I don't know. But I guess we'll keep moving forward here. I've got a BB gun target to go make. All right, our last step is step 4, and that involves the driver. And it says to leave the drill fixture and bushing on for the final step of the universal kits. Use insert driver oil, which comes with the kit. Don't use WD-40. Oil the threads of the insert driver. Screw on an insert onto the driver. Apply a small amount of Loctite on the bottom outside threads of the insert. So we're going to oil these threads. And we're going to put some Loctite on these threads. We're going to use the bushing guide. We've already looked in the hole to make sure that's clean. We've inspected the threads and make sure it's free of chips. We've cleaned it out with brake parts cleaner. Let's see, when the head of the insert is seated, the driver will tighten up. Use a little more power to screw the driver through the insert until your mark on the driver lines up with the top of the bushing. Remove insert driver and your repair is complete. So I've got the threads. I already put a little bit of driver oil on there, but make sure we have that properly lubricated, and then we will grab the Loctite. It also comes with Loctite, some 266 high strength Loctite. Oops, it's not open. My knife is dull, so Always cut towards your buddy, not your body. That's a rule to live by right there. Put a little bit of Loctite on here. I don't know how much to put on. Do you think that's enough? It just says to use a small amount on the bottom of the threads. So I guess I will do the first, I'll just spread it around here. We'll do the first 3 threads. How's that sound? Pretty sure that's what it said, right? Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, apply a small amount of Loctite on the bottom outside threads of the insert. So that's the bottom, that's the outside, that's a small amount, and that's what we're going with. Going down through. Let me get my ratchet. I need to get a light. I can't hardly see my mark. Well, I'm going to have to remark my mark. I've pretty much wiped it off there. I guess that's the problem using the WD-40. You could probably take a cutoff wheel or something and just scribe a little mark on there. Wow, that's not cooperating. Okay, so it said once it makes contact that it will stiffen up. I feel a little bit of resistance now. And we're a 1/4 inch from our mark. And that's our mark. Now we'll back it back out. Hopefully the insert doesn't come out with it. That wouldn't be good. I just shut the camera off and go home. Hey, it stayed in there. Woo woo. Okay, let's have a look. That's good. At least the tape's still intact underneath that. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, we can see that process actually went pretty good. You know, now that we don't have to read the directions, we can just go through and you know, move that jig over to the next hole and, you know, drill it out and blow it out. And, you know, I guess that's probably the biggest part of the process, or the biggest mess, you know, is getting all those chips from the drill. It's definitely handy having a blow nozzle, and you just got to kind of keep picking it up and blowing it out. So, yeah, I guess other than that, the only thing that concerned me was the hole that has the dowel pin in it. So we'll measure this one. It helps if you turn your micrometer on. I got a reading there of 0.527. The dowel pin is 0.535, so, you know, 1/10, you're talking 1/10 of an inch. That's going to be a pretty small lip that is left on there to house that dowel pin. Probably what I'll do, being that it's a weekend, I'm going to go home because I've got 2 anxious boys there ready to shoot some BB guns at some cardboard inside, and they think that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to wrap it up, going to go home, going to shoot some BB guns, and I'm going to email Time-Sert to ask them their thoughts on the hole with the dowel pin on it, or maybe some of you guys know, and can leave that in the down in the description. But other than that, I'm going to drill out those other 3 holes, and I'll probably just come in early on Monday, or I might just sneak down here this weekend and you know, finish that off and get this thing ready to get the headset back on there, and we'll go from there. So anyhow, viewers, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just showing you how to use that Time-Sert kit. It's a new one for me. I mean, like I said, I've used their products before, and they all kind of work the same. This one's kind of neat because it came with the, you know, the jig and everything. But they do make some good products, so check them out. They're super expensive, but what else are you going to do in this case? You know, I mean, it's either this or, you know, buy a new engine block, or, you know, get a used one. But you might have the same exact problem with the used one. So I think this is a good fix. But I'm not the one paying for it either. So anyhow, thanks for watching, viewers. And as always, remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.